Xzar! Xzar! Xzar, you're back in the room. What happened? Oh, let's just say the life just sort of got sucked out of you. Well, welcome back all, and we begin with Alwyn. Don't mean to pry, but why do you keep watching me and Alwyn when we're talking to each other? You noticed me. I thought I hid it better than that. I'll not deny it, though, since you might be able to give me an answer to something that's been bothering me. Guess so, though I don't know how much help I can be. Why do you let your guard down so much when you're with Alwyn? What do you mean by that? You joke around with him, confide your feelings and beliefs in him. Never would one I knew in the Underdark do such a thing. Really? Never? All these crusty books didn't mention much about drow customs. That seems kind of far-fetched. Why is that? You make yourself an easy target if Alwyn ever decides to betray you. I've known him for quite some time. He might do many things I don't care for, but betraying a friend isn't one of them. You don't not get to know a person after spending years with them, even if they're as close as what you say you drow are like. You can't tell me you didn't learn anything about people you saw quite often. There is some truth to what you say, but to be so free and open? In the Underdark, even if I worked alongside another for my entire life, I'd never do such a thing. Rubs her forehead. It's giving me a headache while even trying to understand your reasoning. Don't worry, it'll come to you. Besides, no one said I let Alwyn know everything. Well, a bit of dialogue between Viconia and Alwyn, and obviously Viconia is struggling with the concept of human interactions with one another, I suppose. Well, you find us in the Beregost Temple, which I looked up, and is here. It's actually on a different sort of map to Beregost. You can just see we're just off to the east of the town, and I'm quite liking this this voice choir music that's in the background. And we've spoken to Keldath Ormlir. And we have brought Xzar back to life, which is something you can do in Baldur's Gate at a temple. And that's what we've done. It was 100 gold, so we're now sitting at just 224 gold, which isn't a vast amount, really. So we will just equip poor Xzar with his stuff again. I can't exactly remember what he had, but I'm sure it was not much more than a few bullets and a wand, whoops, and a healing potion. So there you go, Xzar. He's only got 1 hit point because raising dead just kind of brings you back to life. Doesn't fully heal you. There is an option. There is a sort of raise of like a full resurrection, which restores you to full health. But really, it's nothing a night in a good inn can't sort out. So we're going to go back.
You're a queer fellow.
To
I've done had enough of this.
Beregost proper.
This way.
Rachel, we won't talk to her at the moment because we've got things to do. One of which is to go to that smithy that I saw on the way around Beregost, and yes, here we are. And I think we are right outside the smithy, so that's quite handy. So let's go in, and I mean we haven't got much gold, so I don't know what we can buy, but we will talk to Tayrom Furium.
Kiss me, blarney. What you wish done?
who is a caricature of a leprechaun or something by the sounds of it. Hello there. Can I do an Irish accent? I won't do an Irish accent. Hello there. Is there anything I can do for you on this fair day? What have you got for sale? So, Imowen, should we do a level up? Yeah, let's do a level up. Because she leveled up. She is level 1, but her experience, you can see at the top there, has surpassed 1,250, and so she can level up using this little button here, so she can be level 2. And she has gained no proficiency slots. Just says in the bottom right here, she's got an additional 25 skill points to distribute among her thief skills, and an additional 6 hit points. We've only done one level up before, and that was Jaheira, and then we kind of promptly got rid of her. So, I feel this is our first proper level up, which is a milestone of some noteworthiness. So, I think what we're going to do is boost up move silently quite a bit. I think we'll put in 15 points to that and 10 into find traps. Because traps, I think, in this game are pretty deadly. So we better boost that. I'm not worried about open locks or pickpockets as far as I'm concerned. That can get you into trouble. And Alwyn would not encourage Imowen to be doing that too much. Nice if we can open a lock or something, but, we're not going to lose sleep over it. Whereas we don't really want to get killed by a trap, and obviously Imowen's stealth ability is quite handy as well. So there we are. She has now got 14 hit points. Now there is an option in Baldur's Gate to have a max hit point increase on a level up. So she would have 8 hit points every level up, but I've not done that. I've kind of been true to the sort of core rules, and that's a random roll for your level up. I can't remember what the minimum is you can get, but the maximum I could get was 8. And that's not bad, 14. So it's 6. We'll take that. And so Imowen's now our most robust party member in terms of hit points. And yes, so I feel like our party is starting to progress quite nicely. So, what I was going to get for Imowen was, oh, look at all this stuff. A dagger +1. A darts +1. A sling +1. We could actually buy that. It would blow most of our money, unfortunately. Oh, look at all these arrows. 10 arrows of biting for 935 gold. That is, yeah, a bit beyond us at the moment. God knows what you've got to do to actually earn enough money to buy this stuff. Leather armour +1, that's interesting. Plate mail, small shield +1, that would be excellent for Viconia or Alwyn. But unfortunately it's 1800. Medium shield +1. Still requires 12 strength, so would be pointless for our crew. A buckler. So I think Imowen can use a buckler, so we're going to buy one. Full plate armour. Shadow armour +3. 19, nearly 20,000 gold pieces. A crossbow, a dagger for 18,700 gold pieces. Blimey. Full plate armour. Requires 15 strength. Well, again, it's out of our... well, we're not strong enough to use that. Shadow armour, let's read this one. This is a +3 studded leather armour that melds into shadows, created for use by the Shadow Masters of Arm. The Shadow Masters are of the highest order within the Shadow Thieves hierarchy, and it gives a +15% to hide in shadows. An armour class of 4. Well, one day, Imowen, one day. I mean, to be honest, I really don't think there's anything else we can buy, really. Everyone's got everything they need. But Imwin can use a buckler. What does that do? What does it even do? Ah, it gives a +1 to armor class. Yeah, so if Imwin's using her short sword, she can get a little extra bonus there. Well, that's not to be sniffed at for a 1 gold piece, is it? Right. So, I think Alwyn would be very impressed by that colour spray spell. It's really a quality spell. And let's be honest, it completely turned that spider fight in our favour. I mean, I promise I didn't, you know, that was my first attempt at the fight. I just kind of took you away because I was just concerned it would be boring watching me kite around those spiders continuously. But I should have brought you back in at the point at which I cast the spell. I was a bit late on the draw, but I think it, you know, served to really turn that fight in our favour. And you know, that is the beauty of magic. It can really change the direction of travel of a battle just like that, and that won't be lost on Alwyn. Not one bit. But the bad news is we have lost our invisibility potion, which is, you know, effectively a get out of jail free card. And yeah, it's quite annoying. But you know, as I said, this is a no reload let's play, and sorry, this is not a no reload let's play. But what I kind of promise you as the viewer is that I'll kind of play each life as hard as I can, if you see what I mean. I don't want sort of Alwyn to die without having given it everything in terms of him trying to survive, which I think just sort of builds up a bit of drama and just adds to it, really. You know, so we will use potions and we will use wands, because when it comes to death, life and death, well, why wouldn't you, really? Anyway, so we're going to have a little bit of a rest and identify some of this clobber that Alwyn's got on him.
What is it,
but to do that, we need to swap out some spells and put in these little identify spells. And I think the party will have a bit of well-earned
What you want? I'm gone.
liquid refreshment at the bar. So before I do that, just what is the time? Oh, it's 8 o'clock at night. Well, that's perfect, really, isn't it? A bit of an early turn in for the crew, and we'll. We'll have some drinks, I think. And for Immerwin, well, it's a bit of a Felderpost is obviously a bit of a upmarket place, isn't it? Because they only do wine, and indeed they do offer the royal suite as a room offering. Anyway, we will give Imwin a ruby wine, a couple of ruby wines. Viconia, you can have a winter wine. And another one. Alwyn. Winter wine. Another winter wine. And do you know what, Xzar, since you had such a unpleasant experience earlier, let's give you a 5 gold piece at Beduskan Dark. I think that's what he'd probably choose anyway, to be honest. Lovely. Oh, here we go. There's a slightly new rumour here. Some guy came in yesterday. Said he was part of a caravan coming from Arm to Baldur's Gate. Said his caravan got wiped out. Raiders in the night, so it seems. There were humans and hobgoblins attacking together, he said. Can you believe that? Human folk working with goblin scum. What has this world come to? Quite so. 12 Myrtle, 1368. I write this from my luxurious quarters with, for the first time in a while, a smile on my face. Earlier, among the bustle and merriment of the inn, I turned to speak with Imowen at the bar. I notice she is gulping her drink more eagerly than normal. As am I, and suspect, like me, She is doing so to help dull the senses after the horrid battle with the giant arachnids. Xzar's experience, of course, was by any measure the worst, and apart from being a little quiet and complaining of being constantly cold, he seems normal, if such a word can ever pertain to the necromancer. And so, with Xzar in my mind, I comment to Imowen, quite loudly to compete with the hubbub of the inn, that I think we should continue to travel with Xzar, though I'm not quite sure if I trust him yet. Before I can quite finish the statement, I note that Imowen is looking behind me and upwards, and I see her eyes widen. A little flash of embarrassment tinged with horror falls across her face. She looks at me briefly before looking down at her mug. In that moment I knew what had happened. As I turned and looked up, staring down at me was the recently resurrected mage himself. He looked at me, slightly impatiently for a few moments before saying, quite haughtily, "Might we opt for the noble quarters tonight? I wish to avail myself of the bathing facilities. Anything less will simply not be warm or sumptuous enough, and I think I deserve a little luxury, all things considered." He paused lingeringly before adding, "Don't you?" I simply nodded and said, "Of course." Xzar stomped off. I glanced back at Imowen before putting my head in my hands. Of course he heard me. Xzar was unpredictable at the best of times, and I could well do without disharmony and suspicion in the ranks. A while or two later I decide to retire and head to our quarters. I turn the key, walk in, and there is Xzar stood in the middle of the room, as naked as a newborn, and skin still freshly pinked from the steaming waters of the bath. He turns to me, half smiling, arms wide, and blindingly on show. "You see, Alwyn," he calls to me across the room, "I've nothing to hide from you." Though eccentric, you can't help but like the man. Okay, welcome back. So we've rested and we are going to now identify the items which we found on the rogue ogre. And they're already on the inventory of Alwyn, so let's identify these. The Girdle of Masculinity and Femininity. The cursed girdle of femininity and masculinity, it's around the other way in the description, a rare yet oft discussed magical item, is wrought with a most powerful magic. Anyone unfortunate enough to secure it around their waist instantly finds their gender to be transformed. It is said that not 50 years past, a nameless court jester was beheaded for presenting the girdle as a gift to Duke Lobland's lover. So it changes the wearer's gender, and may only be removed with a remove curse spell. Well, what a curious item. Maybe that's got some sort of quest value, I don't know, but interesting. Anyway, let's get this one identified. The Elves' Bane, Girdle of Piercing. An infamous highwayman in his day, Pandar of Scardale, made quite a name for himself vexing the elves of Cormanthor Forest. To their annoyance, he continually used the wood to escape the law, and with the aid of this girdle, the elves' arrows as well. Unfortunately for Pandar, pit traps and starvation proved a slower but effective substitution. So this gives +3 versus missile and piercing attacks, so good against people who fire bows and arrows, basically. But that is the girdle that Unshi wanted, and we've got the other quest items there, the wine and the boots, which were in the spider house. So
You're a queer fellow.
I think what we'll do is we'll perhaps head back towards the friendly arm inn, but see if we can maybe pick up a quest or something on our way.
I'm gone.
So let's just go up here. Firebead Elvenhair's house or Kagain shop. What have we got on us in terms of money? 200 gold. What I'm really looking for is another... actually, let's go in Kagain's shop, because what I'd really like is someone that sells potions, specifically an invisibility one.
I'm gone.
And there is Kagain, presumably. Well, Imowen,
This way.
let's see what he has for sale.
Greetings. I am Kagain. What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? He's a bit of a sort of an Italian-American mafioso, is he? What can I do for you? What kind of shop is this, anyhow? I run an escort business. No, I'm not going to carry that on. I hire mercenaries to escort caravans en route from Arm to Baldur's Gate. Right now, I'm looking for some strong sword arms, and I'm willing to pay high. Maybe I am going to carry it. I don't know. What? I can't really canvass opinion, can I? Anyway, it seems that one of the caravans under my protection never arrived at Baldur's Gate, and I need to know what happened. You look like a strong group of warriors. A sarcastic man, clearly. Interested in a job? Well, we do have the time, I suppose. Sure, we always need more money. Tell us more. That's good. I've been having a lot of problems with bandit activity lately, but they've always only taken the cargo and let the caravan go afterward. I've been catching flack from the family of some of the passengers of this caravan. After all, it was the job of my mercenaries to make sure everyone got safely to Baldur's Gate. Normally I wouldn't give one damn about some stupid whiner, but one of the passengers was the son of Entar Silvershield, and in this part of the world his word is law. So, do you want the job or not? It just looks like a bit of investigating. On the face of it, it doesn't look too risky, so Alwyn would not be too averse at this stage. Sure, as soon as you tell us how much will be paid, I'll pay 15 gold per head, as well as equal opportunity to loot any of the dead bodies the bandits may have left behind. Well, we have heard a lot about these bandits, but we haven't actually had the misfortune to come across one yet. So 15 gold per head, maybe they're not that strong, I don't know. Sure. Hey, I'm glad you guys have some sense in your heads. I have an underling who can take care of business here while I'm gone, so let's get a move on. He's coming with us, is he? Yeah. He's joined us. So this clearly is the kind of normal protocol in the land of Baldur's Gate, where if you ask someone to do something, you also just kind of join without so much as a, you know, right. So Kagain is now. Let's have a look at Kagain.
I don't want to talk.
What is Kagain? Kagain. A male dwarf fighter, lawful evil. He's pretty strong, isn't he? 16 strength. Dexterity is average. Constitution 20. That is pretty amazing. That's probably why his hit points at 15 are so high. He's got good intelligence, 15. Average wisdom and fairly low charisma. He prefers axes, flails, morning stars, and crossbows. Right, let's read about Kagain. Well, not very long, is it? When asked about his past, Kagain stresses that the questioner should just mind their own business if they want to keep their teeth. It is apparent that he runs a rather shady mercenary company, and that he is quite obsessed with wealth. But any information beyond this he is content to keep to himself. Doesn't really seem like an Alwyn kind of guy, to be honest. I suppose he's pretty intelligent, which is one thing in his favour. Well,
As leader, I plan to make us stinking rich.
well, we know what's on Kagain's mind. Imowen is going to be third, Viconia second. I think Kagain's going to go up top.
Why me?
Because he's our most robust character now.
Why me?
Right, so Kagain is just part of our group and he wants to find a raided... Is it a raided caravan? Kagain's quest. I think that's what he said. Something about a caravan. And we have actually seen a raided caravan before. So...
Now, Nartha.
What we'll do is we will... Yeah, because Kagain's part of our group, we can just take all this stuff. And there was 2 gems, some gold. We'll have a look at what they were in a second. Oh, maybe we can just take Kagain's stuff and just jettison him somewhere. Oh, 73 gold and 3 gems. 76 gold. And nothing. Well, that's very profitable. We had 200 gold coming into Kagain's shop. We've left with over 400. It's the kind of shop we need to have around more, I think. So hang on, let's just see what has Kagain actually got on him. Studded leather armour, that's pretty rubbish. A standard helmet, an axe, which he's good with, and a medium shield. That's not too bad. Tell you what I'll do, I will just come away from the action here. We'll go back to the smithy, we'll tool Kagain up, we'll sell some of that stuff. I think he had some gems. I don't know if we've got anything else to sell. But basically we'll give Kagain maybe some better armour if we can afford it. He likes crossbows, and Alwyn definitely wants to have everyone with a ranged weapon. Yeah, we'll come back when we're... What I'm planning on doing is actually going to that area of the map just here in the middle between Friendly Arm and Beragos, because that's where the raided caravan was. So I may just see you back there. Okay, bye. Right, we are in the area where I think we need to be, and just to let you know, Kagain has now got a heavy crossbow. He's got this, which is called Beryl's Retort, which looks like a magical weapon because it's +1. And it says the only thing dwarven warriors love more than a cool pint of ale is a short-hafted blade of cold steel. Perfect for penetrating the thick skulls of orcs, these axes serve equally well when thrown or held in one hand. Now, because this is a +1 on the Thaco and a damage 1d6 +2, I think that makes it better than the standard battle axe. I think. We sold those gems, which made about 25 gold, so nothing too pant-wettingly exciting, but... Right, so here's the raided caravan. So this is going to be the place to start Kagain's quest. I don't want to rush you, muttonheads, but I have a caravan to find. Get a move on. Kagain, it may have escaped your notice that we are... 'Twas headed from Beragos northeast towards Baldur's Gate. Told them to stay east of the main road. Well, I suggest, Kagain, we are exactly in the right place. This is the main road. This is east of the main road. And here is the caravan. Surely. Surely, Kagain.
I need an... Sure.
The members of this caravan met a violent death. While there is no evidence to suggest it, you would surmise that bandits must be responsible. Well? Any comment, Kagain? Maybe this isn't it. Can we say anything to him?
This way.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Oh, Kagain seems less aggravated than usual. Now would be a good chance to find something out about him. Oh, I can't be bothered with that. Well, this obviously isn't what we need, is it? I think if we'll just go to the friendly arm inn. The road between Beregost and Baldur's Gate apparently is where we need to be. Well, that little farm area up there is the only other place that... I'm a bit confused, if it hadn't become obvious to you. Right, anyway, let's go to the friendly arm.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Well, that's new. You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself. Okay. What are they? Half ogres. Okay. Right. Kagain. Time to use your new axe. Get over there. Alwyn.
How may I be of assistance?
Command. Imowen. Take this one out. Xzar.
Something troubling you?
Larlock's Minor Drain.
Jalcales.
Viconia. Shall we command that one? I think if Viconia and Kagain take that one, we'll try and command this one and pelt him with ranged weapons and see how that goes. Oh, actually, before I forget, I need to get rid of those and bring in my armour. Colour spray. That's just for when I next rest. Okay, half ogres. This is new. Let's see how it goes. Viconia, go. Brilliant. That one's down. Right. Alwyn. Just pelt him. How are we doing? Injured. Okay. I'm taking a bit off him then. He's up. Okay. Alwyn. Yes. Oh god. Kagain's taken some punishment there. 7 slashing damage. Oh god, right. Okay.
What you want?
They're dead.
All right.
Ooh, 34 gold the other one had on him. Right. I'll just pause it here because I realise I did something a bit stupid with Imowen when I levelled her up. I realised this off screen. When I levelled her up, I said, oh, we need to get Imowen's stealth going. So I stuck a load of points into move silently, which is great, but you need hide in shadows, to actually get in the shadows in the first place, which is still pitifully low at 15. I think it's like out of 100 basically, so 15 is really rubbish. So that was a bit of an error, so we'll have to wait until she levels up again before I rectify that. But move silently was all part of it, I think. But yeah, that was a bit of an error on my part. Right, so we've successfully fended off these ambushers, 2 half ogres. Nice bit of experience there, 500.
All right.
So that's at least a good thing. So we were on our way between... Where are we? Oh, we were almost at the friendly arm inn when that happened. Okay.
Why me?
Right, we're here. And we're going to go in. We're going to turn in this reward and see what it gets us. I'm quite looking forward to this actually. It's 2 rewards that we're turning in, and it's the sum total of actual adventuring on the part of Alwyn, which is not something that he really ever thought he would be doing.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Sure.
And let's be honest, that spider quest was not easy at all.
All right.
Xzar will well attest to. Right. So that's Unchi. So she's the belt person.
Yes, you have but to ask.
Actually, I won't send Alwyn in because he's not the best, is he, at dealing with people?
I've done had enough of this.
Anyone? He was a weird one, weren't he? Ugh, I can still smell him on you. I'll pay you 10 gold pieces for returning the girdle and another 60 to find the nearest bath. Oh, thank you. Unchi. Hey. Right. So we got 70 gold for that girdle. And 800 experience. Right. That is flipping rubbish. And I'll tell you why. Because we... Unchi.
This way.
Right. When I was
Why me?
buying stuff for Kagain, the girdle was in the inventory. And
Sure.
it was worth 750 gold, right? And we've got 70 gold.
This way.
And it was a good girdle as well. So we've been well and truly fleeced there. I suppose we did get 800 experience, but... Oof. Landrin. So this is the spider person. I'm so glad I can move home again. Bentley is a kindly man, but it is always best not to push favours too far. Here's 120 gold pieces for your trouble. See, that's... I'll just take those old boots from you. If you have any of my other possessions, come talk to me again. Come talk to me again? Why can't we just have a kind of conversation in which we establish that I do indeed have more of your possessions? End dialogue. Oh. Alright. 120 pieces of hard gold currency for an old pair of boots. That is actually quite good, considering we've got 70 for a flipping excellent girdle. 300 experience. Right, let's talk to Landrin again. Ah, so you have the largest of those pesky spiders in my house. With this one dead, I'm sure the others will have run away. They didn't run away, Landrin. I had to take them out. You are too kind to an old gnome like myself. Thank you so much. If you have any of my other possessions, come talk to me again. Right, so 200 experience and 100 gold for the spider body. Okay. You've done everything that I asked. Thank you kindly for helping me, dear. You've earned every copper. So another 75 gold and another 300 experience.
Why me?
Well, that is... The spider thing was fair enough, but that I'm still a... Well, you can probably tell that I'm still smarting a little bit from the girdle thing, but you know, it's a video game at the end of the day. I don't really need to get too worked up about it, do I? I think Alwyn would be a bit miffed, but of course he's not going to say anything, is he, Alwyn? He's just going to take it. Right. So, let me just pause it here. So let's just recap, shall we? The only... This Landrin's possessions is done, isn't it? The only quest we really have outstanding is... What is this rubbish? Is Kagain's quest. So... Well, certainly the only quest that's on the radar of Alwyn, and I think I said we'll just head up here, because that's the only place sort of north of Beragos that I can actually see. Sort of what would ostensibly be on the main road. So what I'll do is walk there, and I'll see you when we get there. Right, welcome back. It's 10 at night now, so I'm not quite sure where we are with rest, etc. But we're in this location. How long did it take to get here? 4 hours, so not too far from the friendly arm. And we're looking for a raided caravan. So we found the road again, which is quite good. So we're just going to follow the road, I think. We'll see if Imowen can hide in shadows. Which she can't because it's only 15, as we now know.
Sure.
So we'll just make our way. Oh, enemies. What is that? Bandit. So what I was saying about not meeting one of these folks, looks like we just have. I can't really see what it. This looks like a human, really. Okay. Well, I'm not going to mess around. Draconia, drop him. Kagain, you can fire your crossbow this time. So can you, Imowen. Xzar, you can sling your bullets, and Alwyn haven't really got many spells to bring to bear, so we'll just do that as well.
It's like kicking the head. I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Okay. Wait. Oh no. Oof. Right. Let's take a moment here. That bandit went down, 65 experience and 8 damage, knocked it out. Xzar, you just get back a bit. Everyone else fire again.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Oh god. Xzar, fire. Okay, he's down.
I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Well, our first bandits are out of there. I suppose in reality they weren't that hard, were they? But if 2 of those have had their bows trained on Xzar, we might have been in trouble. Okay, Draconia, just... Oh, I wonder if we can just loot them from afar. Yes, we can. Excellent. Okay, so arrows, gold, bandit scalp. God, we're scalping bandits now, are we? Short bow, long sword. Leather armor's not worth it. We'll take the arrows, gold, another bandit scalp, and a sword. Okay. Well done, crew.
All right.
But proceed with caution. Ajantis. Draconia, you go over. Do we talk to Ajantis? Draconia, you go over and talk to him.
Darkness prevail.
Halt! Be you friend or foe?
Let's be a little bit suspicious. Until you tell us who you are, how should we know? I am Ajantis, Squire Paladin to Lord Helm. Okay, a Squire Paladin. I have come down from the city of Waterdeep to fight against the brigands that make these roads unsafe to travel. What of you? Well, I'm telling you, Ajantis, you just missed 2 guys earlier along. We're just travellers. Oh, we too want to put an end to the bandit raids. Not really, no. We're just travellers. Well then, I wish you safety in your travels, for the roads are very dangerous. Looks like we can ask this guy to travel with us. Well, paladins are pretty good, good folk, aren't they? They're kind of on the side of righteousness. Maybe we'll sort of sniff out a possible travelling companion here. Wait, perhaps it would be better if we travelled together. In that case, why do we not join forces against these contemptible lawbreakers? Alwyn's not really looking to take on these contemptible lawbreakers, but he nevertheless is keen to bolster numbers wherever possible. Sounds good to us. We're always on the lookout for another sword arm. Oh, and suddenly Ajantis has joined. Oh, and Ajantis has immediately piped up. Okay. Alwyn, I will follow you despite the reputation you have at the moment. No, he's noticed then. Look, Ajantis, you know, Alwyn was, you know, it's not his fault. It's just, you know, events kind of took their course, and time will tell whether your deeds turn out to be better than the impression you are making right now. I expect us to stay on the path of goodness and righteousness as we proceed. Let us go and chase those bandits that plague the roads. Oh, God. Well, we've got someone who clearly wants to be a do-gooder, and Kagain, who appears to only be in the business of making money. Sounds like a recipe for harmony.